unfortunately life just hit you and you have passed away, or you're in a coma, or you're in a surgery, whatever, at the end of the day, we need to figure out who is going to take care of your kids when you're in those circumstances. So today I wanted to talk to you about where do you specifically specify your guardianship designation for your children. Before I dive into that, just to let you know, if you have any questions on guardianship, you can go to my website, www.legionlawpllc.com, schedule for a free consultation. So, guys, if you have kids, we need to know who's going to be the parents of your children after you pass away, or some kind of extenuating circumstance pops up. If we don't know who can take care of these kids, the government will pick somebody, and oftentimes they'll pick the wrong person. Now, they're well-intentioned, don't get me wrong, but we got to make sure the right person gets picked. So we have guardianship designations that state, hey, if I'm unable to be a parent to my children, this is who I want to be parents to my children. Now, guardianship designations should be very clear, should have certain requirements. They need to be signed and notarized and witnessed a certain way, but I would argue that they also need to be clear where they are found. So in other words, a lot of people put guardianship designations inside their will. Now, that is totally valid. You can do that. I just don't think you should do that, because oftentimes people aren't looking at wills before you pass away. So in other words, if you have passed, or if you're in a coma and we need to take care of your kids, we're not going to go look for a will. We're going to look for a separate document that says guardianship designation on it. Now, even if it is in the will, even if it's done correctly, it's just not the intuitive place that most people are looking to find your will. So what I usually recommend is to have your will over here and your guardianship designation a completely separate document that says guardianship designation for minors, in a completely new document that's notarized, witnessed, all that stuff correctly. By doing that, we can find it and keep the will out of court, keep the will outside of, I don't know, the hospital, wherever we need to put it, and we have a specific document that is very clear and very defined. Now again, you could technically put it in the will, it's just not recommended. So logistically speaking, having that separate document is extremely important, because you specify where to put it, or where to find it, what your children are going to go through if they lose their parents, and we're going to make sure that what you want to have happen actually happens. So that importance of finding the document is really the unsung part, and to have it separate is extremely, extremely important. You want to think as if your best friend just passed away, or your friend is in a coma, and all of a sudden somebody says, hey, you're in charge now, figure everything out. You're going to want to look at their estate plan and see each document be separate from one another, because if you start mixing documents together, you technically can, it's just going to be really confusing, because you're asking for people to look at stuff together. So if you have any questions on that, you can email me directly, Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at legionlawpllc.com, or you can find me on my website, www.legionlawpllc.com. You can go to my Contact Us page, schedule a call with me directly on my calendar, and we can go from there. So thank you so much, and have a great day.